Looking for a great place to go have a great meal? Well, TANA, a restaurant in Old Metairie, is just for you. Not only are we talking about Louisiana flavors, but we're talking about Italian flavors too, and it's all coming together. Got Chef Michael Gulotta.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right, good sir. Y'all been open for about a year and some change, you say?
Yeah, about that year and 3 months.
Yeah, and you're saying, I mean, again, we're talking about just the style of food here. Again, just kind of a fusion. You're from the area.
Right.
You're bringing what you know here from what you've studied.
Exactly. So I'm from New Orleans, Sicilian heritage. I grew up eating really great Italian food, but then I was lucky enough to train on the Italian Riviera and just work with nothing but fresh pasta and seafood. And so we brought that to Old Metairie, Metairie Road. So we make all of our pasta in house. But my biggest thing is like always seafood, 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 right? Because we're on the Gulf Coast and we have such great seafood here. So today we're making like a play on a classic New Orleans dish, which is seafood stuffed mushroom, right? Okay. But the way I do it, I do just one massive portobello mushroom stuffed with a really amazing seafood stuffing. But what I do is I make basically like a really good shrimp etouffee. And then I fold in lots of jumbo lump crab. And then once that's kind of cooled down, then I fold in Parmesan cheese, a little bit of breadcrumb, and a secret is a little bit of mayonnaise.
Oh, nice. That makes sense.
And it makes it like richer and lighter. But when I make it, so here's the other secret. Caciocavallo cheese. So caciocavallo is kind of like an aged provolone, but it's very prominent in Sicilian cooking. So I stuff it with cheese first, right? And then lots of this stuffing, like a lot.
Oh, nice.
So like a lot. We'll do some more.
And I would imagine starting with that like etouffee style is a really strong base.
Right, and I put, and of course, you know, it's South Louisiana, so I put a little hot sauce, I put a little Worcestershire, I put a little bit of crab boil, right? So I get all those flavors going. But then I also put in a lot of my training in Italy, so I put a little fresh fennel seed, some fresh fennel into there as well.
And that freshness really does cut through the richness of the dish.
So that's what I, you know, in all my restaurants, I always take like our very soulful New Orleans cooking, and then I find ways to brighten it and lighten it. So if you notice, I put cheese. Speaking of lightening and brightening, I put cheese, and then I put more cheese, and then I put more stuffing, and now I'm putting more cheese.
Yeah, bright light,
so
this is
bright and light stuffed mushroom, right? Beautiful. So you can see exactly how light and bright that is.
So from there, I guess it's ready to go to the oven?
It's going to go to the oven, but I already have some ready to go. You know, magic of television, right?
A professional. He's going over to the oven to take out what he's got. There we go.
And
now, how long do you pass that through the oven, Chef?
What's that?
How long do you pass them through the oven?
It takes about 12 minutes.
Okay.
To make sure that stuffing's hot all the way through. I made 2 of them. Which one do you like more?
Ooh, let's see. Ooh, that one looks extra gooey.
Yeah, we'll do that one. So, once again, that's a serious stuffed mushroom, right?
Nice, yeah. Good roast in that oven, too.
Absolutely. It's got that convection. That's the secret. All right, this is very hot. All right, so, and then we make a beautiful butter sauce because, you know, light and bright. But I still got to stick with my New Orleans traditions. So, this is like an olive oil, butter, garlic, chili. But then what I do to make it a little bit lighter is I do some pickled fennel and garlic.
Nice. And you mentioned them olive oil and that butter sauce. Olive oil is a good flavor.
It is.
Nice and fruity.
It's also healthy, but it is definitely, it brightens things up, gives it some good flavor. All right, now you're up.
Okay.
You're gonna grate some cheese over this.
Now what kind of cheese is this?
This is Grana Padano.
Okay.
Because where I trained, Grana Padano is more prevalent than Parmesan. There we go.
All right, are we good?
That looks beautiful.
All right.
As much as you want. How much cheese do you like?
Well, you know, we'll just make it rain. Why not?
Exactly. And then some fresh chives, and I love a little lightly chopped dill.
Okay. All right, well, Chef, we do thank you for coming in for this beautiful dish.
Thank you for having me.
Quite the menu going on. Lent people come in, check y'all out.
Yeah, exactly. We have a lot of seafood dishes, and so Fridays and Lent right now are a great time to come in. But we always have great seafood because we're in South Louisiana, and I love to showcase that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, Chef
Absolutely.
Michael Gulotta from TANA on Metairie Road.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Excited
sir.
to be here.